Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the First Draft. I am Nina Banks, your host, and here with me is
Kayla Holmes.
Ola Mokhtar.
And Hope Smith.
And you can see we're in a new format. Hi, camera. Last week we experimented a little bit, and we were in the new studio. And today we're in our podcast room that we usually film. You may have seen it in the Am I the Jerk video, which we did not shoot. We shot it on our iPhone. But now this is a much better
now we're professional.
setup. Yeah,
now we've got
we're
cameras.
pros. So we're kind of playing around with the setup. We might be back in the new studio. We're working on getting that footage up. But yeah, bear with us while we make some new changes and whatnot. It's very exciting for us. It was so cool last week to be mic'd up. It was like, we're real people.
It felt official.
It did
We're
feel very-
real.
We're real. We're like reporters or whatever, or like TV people.
Like on a
There
podcast?
was so much light, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh.
Mm-hmm.
The lighting was so good.
It was amazing.
So good. It was so good.
lighting, dude.
I miss it too. Yeah, I miss it too. But we have officially entered October, or as millennials like to call it, spooky season.
Ugh.
But you know, Halloween elicits spooky things, scary stuff, and with scary stuff comes fear.
Transition.
Today we're gonna be talking about fear, all of it, the irrational, the rational, the in between, the good, the bad, and the dirty. I'm just naming Panic at the But I guess we can start. Are y'all scared of Halloween? Has that ever been scary for you?
No.
No.
No, I mean, I think that, I don't know. I've never really cared much for Halloween.
Gotcha.
Like on the rank of holidays, it's always been pretty low on my list. I enjoyed dressing up, and I enjoyed that like it was just something to celebrate, something different than like your ordinary day. But I'm also not someone who like really likes candy. So, like, I never really related to that. I'm, like, as far as sweets go, I'm more of a baked goods kind of person, or, like, ice cream. So, like, candy, I mean, I liked Skittles. Like, I had my select few, but I didn't like chocolate when I was younger. And a lot of houses gave out chocolate. So, and then my parents would, like, take some of the candy anyway. So, candy was never, like, a huge, like, people were excited because they were like, oh, my God, we're going to get candy. But, like, I just never related.
Someone
To
take her
that.
off the mic.
We
Take her
can't-
off the mic.
I never related
Take
to
her off
that.
the mic.
Friends
That
anymore.
is so odd.
Yeah, get her.
Well, it's not that I don't like candy. It's just like people go crazy for like candy.
I've seen you
I
eat a
love
Skittle.
Skittles, Nina.
Skittle.
But like, if you're to ask me like if I have a sweet tooth, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I love muffins. Oh yeah, I love ice cream. Oh yeah, I love brownies. But
Like
candy,
pastries.
yeah,
So, yeah.
candy is like it's just like it's effing candy. Like,
Okay.
grow up.
Oh, heated words coming from Kayla Holmes.
Grow up. Please. God.
Well, we were playing Michael Jackson in the office like last week or something, and we're watching the Thriller music video, and I forgot I was very scared of that music video. Like,
Yeah.
so scared, like, every time it came on. But then, actually, no, rewatching it, it was still scary. Like,
It
my-
just looked like disturbing.
it's jarring
was.
because it's like my dad loves a lot of old horror movies, Birds. There was this other one, but they all had, it was like old horror movies, so it was super bad CGI, so I would never get super scared. But Thriller, it was like so bad it looked scary. Like there's a scene of like Michael Jackson, like the claws coming out of his hand, and it was like gross. Like it was like ugh.
Yeah.
But fire song. Trauma, but because I've heard it so much,
Yeah.
but it's a good song.
Yeah, I loved like the festivities of Halloween when I was a kid. I just loved celebrating it and like all the stuff that came with it. I hated being scared though.
Yeah.
I hated being scared. Like I could not. I don't know, something about it. Like I tried so hard to stay away from that stuff, which was hard because like my older sister really liked horror movies and my dad really liked horror movies. So October came around and like my room, my old house used to be right next to like the TV. So like, bro, at night after night, I'm talking like The Exorcist. I mean like
I just
Oh,
imagine
no.
baby Hope like
yeah, I was sitting there like, like help. So yeah, I mean, like, I loved all of Halloween except for the scary stuff. I was a sissy. So
I'm the opposite. I love horror movies. There's this it's like a 3-part movie series on Netflix. It's called Fear Street. I watched.
oh my,
It's so good.
they're so gory though, right?
Yeah. So if you don't like that, like Hope, don't watch it. But if you are okay with watching 3 movies back to back in your bedroom alone at night, I would recommend it. Like, if
Why
you're not-
alone? Why the alone part?
It's fine. It's not necessarily like it's very much supernatural, and scary stuff does happen. I get scared, but I'm not scared to the point of, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna sleep well tonight. Like, I'm like, oh, fine. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than I just really like horror themed stuff. Like, I watch, like, every morning I watch
Morning?
Yeah. Every morning, listen.
You wake up being scared?
No, listen.
I'm so scared of all of you right now.
You got me at morning.
There's this
Get-
creator.
Get you off the mic too. Okay.
There's this creator called Bailey Sarian.
what the?
Yeah, she has murder.
In the morning?
Murder in the morning?
Listen.
Murder on your mind.
I'm thinking it's interesting. Like, she does podcasts about like true crime stories, and I listen to them every morning. And listen, I enjoy it. She's scooted away from me.
No, I actually wasn't trying to, but I was.
I
so.
actually do like true crime a lot. My parents watched a lot of true crime, like Snapped. Shout out to anyone who knows Snapped. It's a show about wives snapping and killing their husbands. My mom watched that show a lot, and if I was my dad, I'd be scared.
Ooh.
They also love Law and Order, which, you know, is fiction. But I remember watching an episode, and then I had like a nightmare about it because I thought someone was going to kill me. But I do love a lot of true crime. Like, I used to do this a lot when I was a little younger. Like, read the Wikipedia pages of serial killers. But now it scares me because I'm like, and then I would just like not be able to sleep. Like, I remember they caught like the Golden State Killer. Maybe I'm mixing it up, but he was like a cop and he looked in like the bedroom of like some little girl, and that freaked me out so bad because I sleep right next to a window. So I was like,
Ooh.
and I have a motion sensor activated light next to my. So if it's wind, it'll blow.
Oh.
If the dogs are running outside at night, it'll turn on. But it's more inconvenient because, like, I like it dark. If I was a kid, that probably I would caca my pants, but
Interesting choice of words.
eloquent, if you
We
will.
can't curse here. Actually, I don't know how y'all feel about this. You know the phrase like, oh wow, what's it called? Ignorance is bliss. Sometimes it's like I don't want to know, you know. So like when you were talking about like how your light would turn on, my immediate reaction was like I would have just taken the light bulb out. I don't want to know. You know, I'm not even gonna lie to you, because like if I'm trying to get like a restful like night, you know,
Yeah.
and the light just keeps going off on random, my brain will go 1,000 miles per hour. I'm talking like
Peace interrupted.
they're coming, like
Oh,
they're
yeah.
gonna get me.
Oh, I'm
know?
so paranoid. It's not even, like, funny. I think everything is an attempt to murder me.
Yeah, sometimes I have to protect my peace.
Because, you know, the little kitten crying or the baby sound, and you use that to lure people. It's
Wait,
like,
are y'all superstitious?
a little bit.
Yeah,
I feel
very
like for
much.
some things.
Okay. Like what?
Well, I don't think this is a common, or it's like clothes. But, like, if I wore a certain, like, if I wore a top,
Yeah.
when something bad happened, I don't like wearing it. Because I just
Okay.
associate. But I don't think
I
that's,
don't think
I
it's
don't know.
superstitious.
Okay. I don't, like, throw the salt over the shoulder. Or, like,
Yeah, no.
I'm not scared of black cats.
Or
They're
like,
cute.
are you gonna open an umbrella? Like,
I'm
you
wary
know.
of that, but I don't,
okay,
like,
break a mirror,
Oh,
walk
no,
underneath a ladder.
no.
Like,
Are you?
I just don't think I'm very superstitious.
No, I
Black
don't-
cats don't scare me.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
don't think it's really been, like, my family. Like, my family's not really superstitious. But I think that's maybe cultural.
My mom is very superstitious, but like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
I'm very superstitious. I think it's because when I used to live in Sudan, there's just a lot of like, oh, if this happens, then it means this. But yeah, I'm very scared of black dogs. Like, I'm terrified. I remember I was going to like the store next to our house, and it's like 100 feet away from our house. So I would go walking, and when I returned, there's this black dog like right in front of the gate, and I'm like, right. So I'm gonna turn around and go back to the store, and I didn't even go back home till that dog was gone. And it was in like 10 minutes, and my mom was like, "Where were you?" I'm like, "There's a black dog, and I'm not about to get no." So
Yeah.
so I was
I don't
like,
play around with that.
absolutely not.
That did happen to me, but I think it was just like I was gonna poop my pants. But like, I guess numbers.
Okay.
Well, in Chinese and Japanese, 4 is death. So it's like a bad thing to see 4, but I don't really think about it. But like, for us, if you see 444 like as an angel number, it's like,
Right.
bad. Or 13, that's
Yeah.
bad number. My dad told me this. Bungee jumpers who like jump off of buildings, they'll forget to account that there's not a 13th floor, and so they don't subtract, and so they die because they don't take that into account. So
Oh.
yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
I'm never going bungee jumping.
Yeah, also fear of heights. I am scared of heights.
I'm
Okay.
afraid of heights.
I do
as
have a
well.
fear of heights.
I used to be pretty scared of heights.
I'm pretty afraid of heights. Are y'all afraid of the dark?
I
used to be.
Yeah.
I used to be too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I have. Oh, go ahead. I have.
You wanna go first?
No, you can go first. You can go first.
I'm not like afraid of a dark room.
Mhm.
Like, okay, if we were in this room and all the lights were off and it was pitch dark, like I'm not afraid of being in a dark room. But what I don't like is if the door was open and it was dark
Oh, no.
outside in the
Absolutely.
hallway, but this room was lit.
Yeah,
Something
that's-
about that.
It was lit.
No need. I have a thing with doors being open. And like
Okay.
closets sometimes don't bother me just because I know that it's like
Oh, I
a
used to be scared of
closed
closets.
space. But something about like my bedroom door is always closed.
Oh
It
yeah.
always has to be closed because I don't like the idea of like the openness of
Mine's locked, bro.
it's closed.
Yeah,
If you sleep with your bedroom door open and it's pitch dark,
You're insane.
You're a psycho.
Because like, what if something looks
You're
around the corner?
psycho.
No,
like
God,
you're
like,
so.
No, what I don't like is I have like robes, in my closet, and I have a full bodysuit, so it's like feet hanging. So it looks like if I keep it open, it looks like someone's hanging in my
That is so
closet.
scary.
Or, well, I have 2 irrational fears. One, when I was in 3rd grade, we learned bear with me. We learned about the KKK. And I was scared of
That's
it.
a very
Yeah, and
rational.
I was in Charleston,
Yeah.
South Carolina, and I told my parents, and they're like, "You don't need to worry about that." But my robe was hanging, and I thought there was a KKK member in my.
Oh my god.
I was scared of that. 2, why this person I was scared was gonna come out of my toilet? I don't know.
I can't wait for this one.
Did I tell? I might have told you guys. Yeah? Okay, I don't know why it was this person. I swear, I don't remember. Maybe I read about him. When I was younger, I was scared, were you scared of the toilet flushing?
I think so.
I think
don't
that's a fear.
remember.
If I went to the bathroom late at night and I
It's
flushed
loud.
the toilet, I was scared that Abraham Lincoln was gonna come out of the toilet and get me. Why it was Abraham Lincoln, I really don't know.
Oh god.
It was Abraham Lincoln, though. I was scared he was
What do you
gonna,
think Abe was gonna do?
drag me into the toilet, into the sewer
Right.
system. I don't know.
Or he's like secretly related to him and we don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I read a book about him, but he freed us. So I don't know. It should have been Robert E. Lee or something. But I really don't know.
Should have been Robert.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
I have a superstition about kitchens.
Okay.
So the kitchen in my house, it's not, you don't close and open a door. It's like a kitchen island, and it's basically like a loop. You can enter and exit at multiple areas. And one day I was making a smoothie, right?
Mhm.
And I placed the blender on the counter, right? And then I was like, oh, let me go check something on my phone. When I when I came back, the blender was empty and washed and back in the like cabinet thing, and I was like, yeah.
In
no.
confession time, it was me who drank it.
No, I was so scared.
wow.
That is scary.
I'm like,
That is scary.
That is a moment where you're like, all right.
yeah. I've never made a smoothie since. Like, I don't like.
I've never made
No, I've never had a smoothie because I was 14. I was
Yeah.
like, what the.
You're like,
You're like, I'm too young for this.
But
So
you
I
get
just
the.
left.
I know I.
You've drank a smoothie, right? Like since then?
No.
You haven't?
No, I'm
I
scared.
could have sworn I've
To
seen you
drink
a smoothie.
smoothies?
Smoothies?
Like
or is
if
it
it was
just like
pre-made.
your blender?
Like if you bought a smoothie.
Like,
you
From
wouldn't
if
drink-
Smoothie
I bought
King.
a smoothie, yes, but I've never made.
Okay, you're not
Okay.
like smoothie averse now.
Smoothie averse.
No, I just don't use that blender anymore.
I
There's
wouldn't
another
either.
blender that I
this isn't
use.
gonna work a lot. I worked in that industry for like 2 years.
Industry?
Yeah,
Industry.
the
Industry.
industry.
Yeah. Industry is wild.
Rather lucrative, you know what it is.
Rather lucrative.
Rather lucrative.
Well, actually, it's fresh fruit and blender, so it's probably pretty profitable.
Profitable. I mean, they charge some crazy rates.
Acai bowl?
Smoothie industry
The
is
smoothie
crazy.
industry.
Big smoothie.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, beyond.
Yeah, I'm so. I also.
I was afraid of the vacuum cleaner.
That makes.
Ooh.
I have
can
to just
get
like get
behind
on top
that.
of the couch because it's like.
Are you a cat? Like,
Yeah, that's what my dogs do.
Oh, are you?
I chase them with the vacuum cleaner.
So mean.
I'm kidding.
She's not.
Oh my god.
No, yeah, it's just like it's making so much noise and
Yeah.
it's coming at me. Like, why are you coming at me?
But I do feel bad. Like Bella and Winnie, my dogs, they're scared of like fireworks. No, Winnie's not scared of fireworks, but Bella's scared of fireworks. But I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry.
No, I keep hitting your foot and
I,
forgot.
but it's like she's a copycat because my cousin's dog Luna stayed with us, and she's scared of fireworks. And before Luna stayed with us, Bella wasn't scared.
No,
So now I'm like, Bella, are you faking it? Like,
Bella.
and we have dog marijuana for her to calm her down.
there's
It works.
Doggywana.
There's doggywana.
Wait, it's called Doggy Wanna?
Yeah, it's called Doggywana. It does make her really sleepy. It's really funny. She was like knocked out cold.
It doesn't have like THC in it. Or like that chemical. I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
honestly.
what for dogs? We have catnip, but I don't know what for dogs.
Yeah, I'm superstitious a little bit, but like it's all things that just people tell me, and I'm like,
But like,
okay, but what, you know? Like I remember telling you on the road trip, I will hold my breath when we're driving by a cemetery because my best friend told me. Shout out to my best friend. She told me that's just like if you breathe while you're driving by a cemetery, then like you could accidentally breathe in a spirit and take it home with you. So ever since then, it doesn't matter how big the cemetery is, I'll just.
Yeah,
Have you ever
which-
been to
the
a funeral?
whole time.
which
I've been to one funeral that was
Did you
years
hold
ago.
your breath?
No, that was years ago.
Which Chris then brought up the point, like, what if you drive past like Arlington, like Skyview, like those
You gonna die
massive.
mid-driving, like.
I'm committed to the bit.
Yeah.
you
But-
know?
Hope is I do because you'll punch the roof for a red light.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, my best friend. She showed
Why
me
do you
that.
punch the roof for a red light?
Well, it's for a yellow light actually,
A
and
re-
if you're
yellow light.
driving and like you see it turn yellow, but you're still not like passing it, if you hit the roof, it like stays yellow longer, and it's worked for me since. So
God.
yeah, pro tip for you guys:
Pro
hit the
tip.
roof driving under a yellow. Not legal advice, by the way.
Disclaimer.
You can't quote me if you get pulled over for running a red.
But Mr. Lawyer, Your Honor, I hit the roof.
Your Honor, I'm superstitious. Actually, don't do that, guys.
That's a crazy defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Your Honor, my
I hit
client
the roof.
hit the roof
I hit
while
the
they were
roof.
driving through
Duh.
the yellow light.
Yeah.
Please pardon the
Quit.
charges.
You're
Quit.
right, Miss Holmes. You're right, Miss Holmes.
Yeah.
Do y'all like haunted houses?
I
I've
do
never-
with groups.
I've never been to one actually.
I went
to go.
to Cutting Edge Haunted House in Fort Worth, 7th grade.
7th grade.
That's young.
7th grade. It's like, you know, I'm in psychology right now. Flashbulb memory because I remember so many things happening. I went with some of my friends in 7th grade. I am a scaredy cat. I walked in and we all were holding each other. I started crying as soon as we walked in. I was so scared. Like, actually, it was so scary. And it's the world record for, okay, maybe not world record, maybe US, but it's like the longest haunted house.
Yeah.
Oh.
And at the end, there's a hallway of bubbles, and you don't think it's bad, but you walk through and you can't breathe. There's a separate side where you can like just, there's no bubbles, but you're just like, it's bubbles. What's the problem? No, you walk through a whole thing of bubbles and you cannot breathe.
Yeah, that's
can't
scary.
But as I kept going through it, I wasn't scared the whole time, but like what I started doing is I was complimenting the scare actors. I'd be like, oh, your makeup looks so good, like to like unpsych myself out. But yeah, I don't think I'd cry if I went back to one, but I definitely need to do it with other people. Like I'm unlike you, Ola. I don't get scared voluntarily. I don't like spicy food. Caveat, I like some spicy food. I don't like being scared on purpose. Pain, psychological torture, I will not.
Do you like roller coasters?
Yeah. Yeah. I just started going on them kind of though.
Okay.
Do you not?
I've never really been on one. I've been on like maybe one years ago, but I don't have like a desire. It just doesn't seem that fun.
It is. Oh, go ahead.
You should go on Superman.
No, why would you say that?
No, I
wouldn't.
don't like Superman.
I wouldn't do that.
I've never
It's
been
so
on
fun.
Superman or Mr. Freeze. I don't like the idea of free falling backwards.
Yeah, no.
But I did go to Knott's Berry Farm in like Anaheim maybe, and there's a roller coaster. It goes straight up
No.
and then down, and that was not. But I also like. There's a lot of horror stories at Six Flags of something going wrong. So
Yeah.
like that's. But also we've been to. I feel like I've been to Six Flags like enough where the rides I've been on enough where I know what to expect. But I like the Batman.
Like I don't have a desire to go to Six Flags.
Yeah.
You don't. I love Six
See,
Flags.
I like the like Halloween theme.
But
That's really cool.
But it's so expensive.
I
It's
know.
so expensive now.
Yeah.
The Christmas time is kind of cute too.
Really?
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a bit. I feel like Six Flags is like the place you go to as soon as you get your license and you can like go out for the first time with your friends.
Yeah.
But afterwards it's like, okay.
I remember going to a haunted house with my cousins. So we did this thing where there would be a different person in the front, so you wouldn't be like initially scared all the time. So it was me first in the front, so I'd get scared when we'd go into room 1, and then we'd switch, so another cousin would be in the front, and we'd do that eventually until we weren't scared. And then we were just like, oh, okay, this isn't scary anymore. So we took turns on who would be scared first. That's what we did. And it
That's
was
a
wonderful.
tactic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. I remember there was this one room where there's this like breastfeeding lady. She was sitting on a chair and rocking. And then when you like stepped on a certain tile, she would like come at you and you
Well, breastfeeding?
How do you not like
it wasn't
hit
a real
someone
child. It
during?
wasn't a child.
Yeah.
I feel like
It was
my fight or
healthy.
flight response
cutting
is
it
so
With,
off.
like,
So she's like, baby, or
At Cutting Edge,
like-
you had to sign a waiver.
Yeah,
like,
'cause I
it was
feel like
an
some
empty
people would
thing.
like
It looked
Oh.
like a
be-
baby.
oh, but
Yeah,
they
like-
wouldn't. Okay. Wow.
It would look like a baby.
Also, like, priorities. Just breastfeed your kid. Why are you focused on
There
someone
was
no
stepping
kid.
on it?
Get it? It was no kid.
Yeah,
it
she
would she
wasn't
would look innocent, and then when you stepped on that tile, it was just like a little towel thing, and she'd come at you, and you wouldn't really be.
Okay,
But
but
why is she imitating breastfeeding? I think that's problematic.
how do you sign a waiver? Like, you don't know what your fight or flight response is.
Yeah,
in a lot
well,
of situations.
Also, we were minors, so I don't. Maybe it was my friend's mom that signed the waiver for me, but it was like that the scare actors could touch you. Like,
Yes.
but I don't remember anyone touching me, so.
They touched
But
me.
like,
I wouldn't want to be touched.
I don't like that either. Like,
Don't touch.
I'm
I'll
just-
hit you.
Yeah, the last one I went to was
Oh,
in
shit.
Michigan, and I think I was a freshman or sophomore, I think.
Yeah.
And I remember being sent the waiver, and I was just kind of like, okay, you know.
yeah.
Unbeknownst to me, at the very bottom, it had said that like it was like a hands-on experience, so like the actors could touch you. They couldn't like
Yeah.
harass you, you know. But so we get over there, and it's a big group of us. And I warn everyone, I'm like, hey man, I'm a sissy. Don't put me in the back. It's not gonna be a good time.
Yeah.
So we all agree, like, yeah, we'll just put me in the middle. We'll have like, you know, the person who wants to be there the most at the front, and then we had it all organized. I don't know what happened, but of course me and the other person who was scared the most got pushed to the very back. So we get in there, And immediately I'm approached by this chick, and she's got long nails. And she's like grabbing my neck in the back.
Oh my God.
And I can feel the nails. And guys, the only thing I can say is, I peed before this. I peed before this. And that,
Oh.
because I was so scared.
Oh.
I
Oh.
was so
I'm so sorry.
I was so scared of peeing my pants
That was your fear.
That was
at
insane.
this haunted house. So I made sure I went before, but I could not stop seeing that.
Okay, planning.
And it was the whole time. I was like, I peed before.
You were exclaiming that?
Yes.
Yes. I peed before. No one soundbite that.
Yeah,
my
so that was my haunted house experience. It was great afterwards. We met this guy. His name was Dippy.
Dippy?
Oh, that's what he
Dippy?
went by. I can't say the full name.
Dippy? Like Slim?
Yeah. Yeah. He was one of the actors. It was really cool. We had like a hayride. Everything was fine after that. It was just that one moment where I was in the house.
Ooh, hay rides? Ooh, let me tell you. I've told you. In Charleston, I lived by a plantation, and they did a little pumpkin patch. Boone Hall Plantations, where Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds got married. They did like a little pumpkin patch and like little fall activities. They did a little haunted hayride, and if I remember correctly, they did dress up the slave quarters.
As
Like,
what?
like little houses, like they put skeletons. Like,
That took effort and some thinking.
like also
You would think. You would think it took some thinking.
Also, it didn't click until after I moved away. Like, oh my god, that was a plantation. Why didn't my mom let me pick anything? Strawberries.
On a plantation?
Yeah.
Nina.
You'd have to. I was about to say.
Also, black people being scared is also. We told you this, Hope. If you see a group of black people running, run with them.
Okay.
Ask questions later.
Yeah, ask questions later.
Okay.
Just start running.
Because there's always a legitimate reason.
I feel like there's a
yeah.
Key and Peele sketch, like one guy just starts running and all black people just drop everything and just start running.
I think you guys quizzed me on that.
Yeah.
She's
You're like, I don't know. I would just stand there. And I was
I
like,
would
no,
figure
Hope.
it
You run.
No hope.
You run.
no,
Run.
the moment I hear some baby crying in the house,
Mm-mm.
you can have this house. You can have all of my belongings. I will leave, okay? You can have this.
That reminds me of the other thing that I'm extremely superstitious about. I
Babies.
can't even say the name of it, but it's the Native American. Guys, I can't remember what it's called. I mean, I do know what it's called, but I don't know how to describe it. It's like this creature.
It's
And it can like mimic
is
your
it like
loved ones.
La Llorona or something?
not
Like one of
really.
those
Oh, we're
stories?
talking about Skinwalker.
Yes, I can't even say it, dude.
Oh.
I can't say any of those names because I'm so superstitious of it. Like, I won't whistle at night, even though, like, I have no proof that it's real. But I refuse to
I
believe.
didn't know
refuse to do
skinwalkers
it.
were indigenous.
I didn't know that they were either. I just knew that a lot of people like see them out in
Yeah.
like open land.
I hope I'm not wrong about that. I thought they were indigenous. Let me
Do y'all
fact
believe
check
in
myself.
ghosts?
Absolutely.
Not
Sometimes.
really. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I'm not gonna sit
Like,
here
when
and
we're
say
talking
no.
about ghosts, like, what are we talking about?
That's what I'm like. Woohoo! Like
Like
be real.
spirits
Like,
Yeah.
and them, like, manipulating stuff. Like, I don't think we can see them. I just think they exist. Like, I don't think that we're just alone
Like,
here.
ooh.
No offense. No, I don't think
Oh,
we're
yeah.
just alone. Like, there's some...
Like mediums, like you think
Yeah.
those are.
I don't, like, participate, but, like, I do think they're somewhere. So.
Yeah, I won't like get into all of it, but I will say I think the energy can't be destroyed, only put somewhere else. So I think the possibility is there that there is some energy there,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of skinwalkers,
Gotta stop saying.
Great transition.
yeah. So I remember my paternal grandma. She passed away like a couple years ago, and I was doing this like pumpkin patch thing, and it wasn't at a plantation or anything. It was like It was at like this church.
Oh, you're fancy or
Yeah,
something.
yeah,
No
yeah.
plantation.
No plantation. It was at this church.
Yeah, Nina, no plantation.
You think you're big time or something. No plantation.
It was at a church, and yeah, so there was a lot of people, a lot of kids just running around doing whatever. There's this old lady. She just looked exactly like my grandma, and we like made eye contact for 5 seconds, and then I turned away because I'm like, yeah, I'm just making things up. I looked back and she wasn't there, so so I was like, okay, can we go now? Like, I was so scared.
That is.
I'm like, church is a holy place, babes. What's going on? Like, what's going on?
What are you doing here?
That's why I'm not, like, I don't think that, like, spirits or whatever, they just whoop-de-doo. Like, I think they're somewhere, but
Yeah.
I don't think we can see them.
I think-
except in that instance.
I think to a degree reincarnation.
Yeah, I feel like I can kind of.
My
believe
family's-
reincarnation.
Yeah, my mom's side is Buddhist, so like.
Yeah.
But like we pray to our ancestors and like those stories like someone's best friend dying or someone close to them dying and then they have a kid. Their kid acts like that person or something. Like I can get behind that.
Mm-hmm.
My mom thinks Bella is a reincarnation of her old cat.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bella is a weirdo. So.
So that cat was that cat a weirdo?
I don't know. Chibiko, R.I.P. Loved you, girl.
R.I.P.
But it is interesting because Bella does act like a cat.
Exactly.
Than like a dog.
She's very cat-like. She just sits there. She likes the reason why my mom is she likes getting like rubbed right there,
Oh, yeah.
and Chibiko likes she like that. But yeah, she likes sleeping. She's very cat-like. What I
She's
was
not
saying.
doggy like she's not a
Mm-mm.
wag her
And
tail, come
she-
up to you.
She loves her side eye.
She does. Eats up that side eye.
She's so judgmental.
Cats are very judgmental.
Yeah.
Like, my cat is she's very standoffish. Like, she'll be around you. And she'll, like, stare at you if you're in the kitchen or you're doing something. But pick her up, she will scratch the daylights out of you.
Yeah.
She will attack you like you, like, murdered her mother. It's, like, it's so weird. Like, she'll sleep by my head at night. Once I'm up, she's like, I don't like you.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Or like the thing that like animals and like kids see stuff.
Mm.
Ooh, if I had a kid and it was like, Mommy, there's a ghost.
Adoption.
Adoption.
Adopt. I just thought you meant like move out of the house. Like
Oh, it's like, get out of my house.
Like, are you effing with me, Timmy? Like,
I would have believed it. I would have been like, let's go. Like, the house is on the market.
I don't like that. I don't need.
I also never understood that about like these horror movies where like the house is haunted and then they invite a priest or someone over to like do a cleanse of the house. Why not just move?
Yeah.
Right, like,
Also,
hold on, that bad?
houses.
The market's that bad right now?
Also, what if the property that, like, the Zillow on that house would be insane? The comments. Like, haunted, almost died, saw a dog come out of a closet. Like,
Flip me upside down was not
Yeah.
fun. Like,
or those stories,
Solid
like,
Butler.
someone,
yeah.
like, it's always a house. And also, like, architecture, like,
I know, like,
strong choice for what's
let it go.
in the walls.
Let it go.
I was listening
the
to
walls.
Bailey Sarian again this morning, and she was talking about this one girl that was. It was a very supernatural thing because it's October, but basically, this girl was possessed, and she had like this exorcism thing for her when she was really young. Same, like, she didn't really get cured or whatever. And when she turned 30, it happened again, and they did this exorcism, and she started saying, like, like, my dad or, like, the demons. The demons are like, yeah, her dad and her aunt, they cursed her, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Those
Yeah.
are actually so scary. Have you guys heard the recording of, I can't remember, it's like the really famous like possessions, little girl, and they recorded the exorcism. Yeah. That's scary. I remember listening to just a little bit of it, and I couldn't continue because I was like, what is going on? I don't know.
I've not heard that.
It's freaky. I couldn't continue. Like, I couldn't listen to it more. I was
Yeah.
like, no. I was like, no. We're good.
I don't really rock with ghosts like that. Like,
Yeah.
No.
the aliens.
I know. Listen, I know you can see us.
I think it's so
I know
cool.
y'all are. I know y'all are like
Aliens are cool.
advanced
Yeah.
technologically.
I mean, come
Would I be
on.
scared of an?
Fro-
I
I
don't
mean,
think so.
I think I might be scared because I don't know.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of unknowns,
But
but
also,
like it's
we-
kind of it's cool.
We keep assuming that these aliens are going to be smarter than us. What if they're dumber than us? What if they know less than us?
Yeah,
We
but-
never take that into consideration. Like, what if we have to teach them everything?
Yeah.
What if we find them first and we're the
We're the alien.
But they found us first. Right? Like.
the Mexican Congress thing?
It looks
It
so
looks
fake.
so wonky. I mean, like,
Party
It
City.
looked like E.T.
Alien.
Like
Party
it looked
City
like
based
someone
extraterrestrial.
Do
actually
y'all believe in
watched
UFOs?
E.T. UFOs.
No.
yes.
I don't believe that we've had in like all of the like records. I don't.
Like Bigfoot, UFOs, the
I don't
Yeti,
know.
Loch
I don't
Ness
believe
Monster.
Bigfoot.
The UFOs. I'm from Nevada, guys. I have to.
Area
That's where Area 51
51
is. I
Oh,
mean, like,
yeah.
I have to, you know. Like, if some crazy
The
Nevadans
20th
like,
of
"I
September."
saw-"
The
Exactly.
desert.
I would have been like, yeah, he saw it. I don't know. Even if she's just like, there was a UFO over my farm. I would be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I believe him.
It's always some farmer.
It's always some farmer.
Always a farmer. And then they like
Always
die
a
or
house,
something.
Always a farmer.
Yeah, because they have a lot
Farmhouse.
of.
Always a family.
It's land.
Always a family. And like young children. Ooh.
Always young children.
Young children whispering or singing. Ooh.
No.
Uh-uh.
Ooh.
No.
Adopt.
A little Jessica.
1, 2, buckle your
No. Ring around the posy. You better shut up. I don't believe in like berating your child, but like, I'm not playing with that.
Which is crazy considering that like that song is a result of the bubonic plague.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, ring around the
Okay.
rosies, pocket full of they carry like flowers because everyone smelled like death in Europe and
Yeah. But flowers smell bad too.
ring around the rosy.
This
Ashes, we all fall down like yeah.
flower propaganda.
They had to burn the bodies because it was
Bad
a
burn.
disease.
I was really interested in the plague for a while, actually. I don't know why. I had no need to. But I really liked learning about the plague. I don't know why I
you
had to.
enjoyed learning about the.
Not like, oh boy, they died, but like, you know, it was just like the way it started.
I hope if we go to your house and we see a plague mask in your
I'm kidding.
No, because I'd be scared. I'd hit the
Sorry?
just see vials in your closet.
gravity.
This chick is crazy. Bro.
Yeah,
Let's
I-
leave.
I gotta
guys.
get home.
I'd be like, you don't want to stay?
Oh
No,
no, we
okay.
don't want to
Stay.
stay. No.
No, Annabelle.
We don't
I don't
wanna
want to
stay.
stay.
Whatever.
I didn't start calling you Annabelle.
Or I
Can
didn't
we
want you to
talk
know
about
anyways.
Why in horror movies, like, certain people, well, let's say, like, they're, like, in a house or something, and they hear something, and they're like, is anybody there? Hello?
Girl.
And they just start talking, and it's like, why
Shut
would you...
up.
I feel like that's so unrealistic. I
Yeah.
think when we're afraid, we want to make ourselves small.
Yeah,
And we want to, like, we're not going to draw attention to ourselves. Like, I don't even think that's how we're wired.
I'm home alone and I hear something.
Or you see something kind of like walk by.
Uh-uh.
You're not gonna be like, hello? Hello?
Come hither.
I have a go-to hiding spot in our house.
Yeah.
You have a what?
A go-to hiding spot.
Oh, I think it said a ghost
Like
hiding
it's
spot.
so it's such like an obvious place, but we would never look at it. I'm
Oh,
not exposing myself. We're like,
You said the ghost hunting the little things and it
Sticks.
turns it. If you're here, turn the sticks in for yes and no.
I have some dumb
Have
questions.
y'all have you or would you ever play like a Ouija or a Ouija board?
Never.
I did.
I was in the same
I think when I was
room.
like,
A Ouija
it
board?
was like when I was in second grade, but my cousins were very religious and they were like, don't do that. But I didn't take it seriously. I was like,
A Ouija- I'm good. I have no desire to, but then again, I wouldn't like.
I would just be like, who's pushing it?
Like,
Yeah.
Someone's pushing this. Like,
just spell out your name. Let's get to know each.
My
It's
grandma
also-
said it's a portal. I will never touch those
also,
boards.
it's way too slow. One letter at
yeah.
a time. Mm-mm.
Like,
I'll forget the first one.
I need a
you
sentence.
from the 1400s? Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, we should have like Oh, yeah, we should revamp the Ouija board. It's set sentences.
Mhm.
Like, my favorite color is blue. Yes, I am haunting you. Like, we need...
It's like that bunny, like the dog, where she hits the buttons.
Yes, I am haunting you.
I am dead.
Like, I don't like this one letter. Instant gratification. We're Gen Z.
And
I
then your
don't need
hands
that.
have to be on it too. Like I'd like for my hands not have to be on it.
And
watch
also-
it move.
You just sit by like,
Isn't it also, like, placebo-y? Like, if you're like, oh, it's moving. Like, even if you do it by
You're
yourself, you're
touching
probably touching it. Like, oh, it's going to yes. No. No. No.
Do y'all, this is a very stupid question. Do y'all believe in, like, people that, like, have the ability to know that something bad is gonna happen? Like,
Well,
What's it called?
Yeah, well, I do.
Oh,
believe-
premonitions?
Premonitions, but
Oh,
I-
clairvoyance.
yeah, I
Isn't
do
it?
believe in that.
Mm.
Just because I think that I don't know if I necessarily believe that we only have the senses that we do.
The Sixth Sense.
I believe in evolution, which I think the majority of the science community believes in evolution, and so I think that some of our senses are like, because I think like people who don't have a sense that works properly, their other senses are heightened. So I
Mhm.
think depending on our environment, what's going on, our senses are able to be heightened, or we just don't use them anymore.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be like surprised if we have this ability to
Yeah.
feel certain things about certain situations, or
yeah.
like that kind of just makes sense to me.
Yeah. Gut feelings. And also, like, you always hear, like, people, like, escaping serial killers. Like, they knew something was up. Maybe, like, they got, like,
something's
you're,
off.
yeah, if you get, like, I hate to say it, bad vibe, you
Yeah.
you can feel it. Like,
That's a
energy
sense.
is,
Yeah.
I
Well,
was gonna say, I feel like it goes back to energy, you know? Like,
Mhm.
it does.
it's just a
Mhm.
sense.
also like I guess I don't really think of time as like this linear structure. I think that's just the way that we perceive it. So when it comes to like being able to, because I don't think it's linear, I don't think it's crazy that someone could be able to see something or know something that really isn't gonna take place until the future.
But also, I feel like, magic, witchcraft, clairvoyance, it's very heavily embedded in a lot of cultures. I don't know if it's really embedded in, like, Japanese culture. I think Black people can just be superstitious. But, like, I don't like it when people are like, no, that would never because I'm just like, that's such an, like, people have relied on that for centuries.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Greek mythology.
Mm-hmm.
That was what people actually believed in. And it makes sense, honestly.
Yeah.
What god would allow war? The god of war. Duh. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah.
In my country, in Sudan, there's certain people you can go to, and you'll hear about it, and you'll like see the places, and it's a very big thing, but people are kind of like, I wouldn't go there if you wanted something, because you usually need to give something up.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's like a big thing. And, like, Sudanese people, we believe in, like, magic can, like, you know, affect you. And you, like, have to protect yourself. So, yeah.
Like crystals or astrology.
Mm-hmm.
I also just think, like, as humans, we like, you know, feeling like we're, like, togetherness. We're in groups.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, just hearing a horoscope doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Like, Gemini, you're gonna.
I don't
have-
think it's like demonic.
No.
I think
what?
some people.
Gemini, you're gonna eat a chicken sandwich today. Like, okay, cool.
The devil has spoken. Repent.
I like sometimes things aren't as deep, but also as deep as they are. But like, I don't know. I think a lot of things you don't need to overanalyze.
Yeah.
You were talking about the aliens earlier. I
Yeah.
do think they're smarter than us. And that's I believe in, like, UFOs and stuff. That's why I'm like, oh, they're probably smarter than us, because they realized, hey, there's this other, like, planet with other, like, living beings. Let's go check it out.
But I think
But
we have
also-
to take into account, like, even when talking about, like, okay, who's the most intelligent person in this room? That's something that, like, there are multiple metrics.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's someone who's in this room and is great in math, but horrible in something else. Or someone can be, like, really good at analyzing information and numbers, but has probably the lowest emotional EQ. Like, I don't think that, like, intelligence is just measured by some metric. And I think the idea of, like, aliens being smarter than us, it's very much possible that they could, I don't know, maybe understand something that we don't, yet we've still made more progress in other parts of our society than they have.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and the idea of aliens is just that it's life on another planet.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't see why that necessarily has to mean that they're smarter,
Also,
you know?
choice ass spaceship. A UFO looks so goofy. Like, y'all couldn't have come up with something better.
The saucer.
It also looks,
Right.
it's so effing apparent, like, in the sky. Like, you couldn't have maybe Wikipedia'd what a Boeing 747 looks like.
Just because they have a spaceship doesn't mean that they have an organized government. I'd argue that having an organized governing body of your society makes you intelligent. You know what I mean?
I know. I don't
You're
know.
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, maybe.
I think just technologically narrow. That's why. I think.
Yeah. I think the assumption is that they know more about the universe. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if they're coming here. They probably know space travel, maybe time travel. Time travel is
I
scary.
wonder what
That's
like they want. Like what are they?
Yeah, they just put you wonder if they're lonely. They're just like, kind of sucks here. Let me see what these guys are up to.
Yeah. But I wonder how they would. I mean, if we get an alien, we know how Earth goes. We're gonna capture it. We're gonna study it. We're gonna torture it.
Yeah.
So like,
Them.
I
Damn.
understand if they're like I'm not interacting with these humans. I get that, but
Yeah.
But we want everyone, all the aliens watching. We're a safe zone. Come to the office.
Yeah.
We're
Um,
safe.
11,
Well, we'd be
12,
interviewing
64.
them. We'd be part of the research group.
Oh,
Interview
yeah.
with an alien.
Interview with
We
the
suddenly all go
alien.
missing. Hey, you
Sure.
know why?
Start asking them invasive questions
Yeah.
about.
Bleep Blorb got a little upset.
Bleep blurb.
yeah.
Bleep Blorb was
learned
not
their
happy
language.
about
I
Aggressive
learned
alien
their language
noises
real
like.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned the
I don't know.
language so quick. So quick. I don't know. They're
But
just
what
really
if they
interesting.
like? What if it's like Superman, like Starfire? Like, what if they're just
They just eat.
they're
Hey,
like
girls.
us?
Slide them my ditches.
They're
Are you
just
kidding
like
me?
us.
If they look like the Henry Cavill.
Oh.
Like-
Hi, girl. Hi. So we created this.
Hypothetically, guys. I mean, not like actually.
So we created this character. Her name is Ella. She's the first
Oh yeah.
human human alien.
Hybrid.
And yeah.
Not hybrid.
So
Hybrid.
that's actually my kid. Yeah. So that's my kid. Her
But you
name's
know-
Ella.
Ella, or well, all if that does happen, do you know all the ethical, racial
Oh.
questions that would come into play? Are they people? Can they vote? This.
Oh, history all over.
Ooh,
again,
would
bro.
aliens be able to become naturalized? Because would you have to be naturalized to Earth and then a country? Or would just the country be
I
it?
think they're
You know
just
what
waiting
happens-
for us to not be dumb, cause like humans make dumb decisions and dumb stuff.
You think they're just like airdropping us information?
Yeah,
like,
they're
let's
like,
push
I'm
them
gonna
along.
wait like
Yeah.
50 years till like y'all calm down, and then we'll introduce.
It's like they keep trying and then something happens and they're like, not yet.
Bubonic plague,
Yeah.
slavery, war.
They're probably frowning like, what is wrong with you?
But what
Look
if
at the
they're
watch, like-
worse?
That's what I'm saying.
What if
like,
they're worse? Like,
What if they want to invade?
Yeah, like their ethics. I mean, like what?
I mean,
kinda ethics
I
does an
just
alien
I'm
have?
thinking of aliens as just like another society. So who says that society is like?
yeah. But I bet if it is another society, obviously Earth is diverse. Like, I wonder like which one they would be closest to.
It's true. And like,
There would
I
probably
mean,
be.
there are gonna be different groups within that society.
like Avatar.
Different belief systems. Different.
Gosh.
Now I
Like-
know what you're thinking about, Nina.
Oh my word.
different,
Oh my
like,
word.
Oh my
different
word.
political bodies,
Ooh,
different
are there-
religious beliefs, different
Oh.
Races, or maybe race isn't even.
maybe different
thing.
ethnicities.
maybe
Like
there's
you come from different
Yeah, because like
groups
the
of
water
area.
avatars are like evolved to swim, and then the forest ones have adaptations, but they weren't like completely beefing with each other.
No.
But maybe that's just innate, like, oh, they're different. But I also don't
Or
don't
like,
use that to justify racism, please.
a lot of war is like a lot of war centers like what like religious beliefs,
Yeah.
resources.
Ooh,
So I don't see why they would be
religion.
exempt from that. Like
Yeah. Earthly.
I'm sure they have wars. I'm sure they
yeah,
have.
sure. Yeah.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
for sure.
Like,
But that
So,
would be
I don't
very
know.
compelling for what humanity means to us.
yeah.
Like, is that a universal? Is war just, or maybe they're peaceful? Maybe it's sunshine's flowers, or do they have a sun? I don't know. Flowers? Do they have flowers?
What is their planet?
Why
like
not?
we don't really know.
And then
anything.
like, oh my god, imagine if like their home planet is like, well, not within our solar system, obviously. Like they're a part of a different galaxy where the structure of their system is like completely different than ours. Like they went through like a wormhole to get here, like a black hole to get here.
Yeah.
We can't even get close to a black hole.
What if we said everything correct and NASA's gonna get us after this episode airs?
That's why I was like, we disappear.
yeah,
You know why.
you know what happened,
Uh-huh.
right?
But yeah,
We cracked the code.
There are
Yeah.
plenty of things that make like a society intelligent. There's
Yeah.
just too many ways of measuring that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, arguably, yeah, like your connections to, I think, to nature, like that's a sign of intelligence. Like, so I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they're more like technologically advanced or at least understand the universe a bit better than us. But I don't think that would make them like this all wise
Oh no.
society. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am interested. Like I don't think like we'll see it in our lifetime, but maybe like our grandkids, maybe when they're like, you know.
If my grandbaby is half alien, I will not accept that child.
I'm like, we're
I will
doing
not
this again.
accept this species. Oh, species. Oh, let me
That
know.
sounds a little.
Nina, I don't know.
Third strike.
We're getting off.
Third
Yeah.
Third
It's
strike.
a third.
We're talking. I don't know about that one.
So freely. You're
talking so freely.
so tired.
Yeah.
So fear.
So fear. I'm not too scared of aliens, you know.
I say
Hey,
Open arms.
welcome.
I say open arms. The government.
That's
a different thing.
We're not gonna
Yeah.
speak on behalf of
But
the government.
as far as Gen Z goes, oh my god, the first
I'm interested.
the first alien that gets off that spaceship, edit.
and
In 5 minutes.
literally.
5 minutes, Agora Hills.
No, they'll look at
ASAP.
TikTok and why are they documenting us?
Oh my god, if an alien has TikTok, ooh. And maybe it's like Victorian, you know, like if you gave a Victorian child, like if you went back and
Or
tried
like-
to.
Would you consider a being an alien if they're from a universe that's like parallel to this one? So
Yeah.
there are things in this universe that are
Well, we
different,
call-
but they look like us.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you call immigrants aliens.
Yeah.
I
there
don't
you go.
know.
My mom has said she's an alien, and I'm like, okay.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think the U.S. calls immigrants
Yeah, probably.
aliens, but
Yeah.
in our day-to-day lives, I don't think calling people
Oh, yeah.
aliens is.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
never
She
called
doesn't-
anyone
That's why I
an
was
alien.
like, I haven't called
My
you
mother
aliens.
is an immigrant. Guys.
Immigrant
Fourth strike.
parents.
How many strikes have we got here?
Fourth strike.
We've had a couple.
Yeah.
Ew.
We're going wild.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah.
It'd be kind of cool if they looked like us, because then it's like, you know, like we get it, you know.
And I think it'd be cool if they looked nothing like us.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh my
I'd
god.
kind of be staring, like, oh.
I didn't even mean it like that. I realized I was kind of. I'm gonna shut up. I'm done.
Second
strike. I'm done.
Yay!
I'm done.
I don't know.
Ola, no.
What? Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
shut up.
no,
No,
we're
we're
not
not
even
even going
going
there. We're not even going there.
Shape of Water, absolutely.
We're okay.
The fact that you just brought up that movie's.
I saw a clip of it
great.
yesterday.
I
I was
saw
like,
it.
Ew, that's
I saw
convenient.
it in theaters
Wait.
with my grandma
What
with
shape-
Gwen?
when I was in middle
Gwenny.
school. We didn't know what it was. We didn't.
Why would you do that?
We used to do this thing.
Hey
where on
Kayla,
Tuesdays,
Google's free. I'd like you to use it sometime.
Well, we used to do this thing on
Nice.
Tuesdays where there was like this discount at this movie theater that we'd go to. And so we'd go and we'd just pick a movie. We'd pick a movie off of what was playing, what was listed. And that one looked kind of weird, but the description was so vague at the time. Like, we knew it was about a creature. We didn't understand that there would be a romance between them. I also don't think that, like, we just weren't ready. So I'm sitting in that theater with my grandpa.
Watching this woman
Fall in love with that movie's...
Isn't there a sex scene?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's multiple.
Yeah.
Multiple.
There's multiple sex scenes.
I did. What is The Shape of Water? I've never.
Ooh,
heard of
it was up for Oscar, I think. It's about some scientist.
Is it on
She
Netflix?
discovers Fishman. She keeps him in his bathtub.
Oh.
And they fall in love and actually I'm on camera.
Yeah,
oh my fifth strike. Oh my god.
I think I saw an edit where she was like, he was in the bathtub and she was kind of like admiring him or something, and I'm like, oh.
Also,
And she like got shy.
folks,
She got
choice. He looks like a fish. Choices.
Right.
Choices.
It wasn't even like
Choices.
dude was like blubbering. Like like
He
and you looked at him and you were like,
Also,
she like goes in the sea. She lives with him. Like, they live happily ever after.
and then for a scientific like that's unethical.
Wait, was
Oh,
she
yeah.
analyzing him and like doing?
Wasn't she?
Well,
Was she a
okay,
scientist?
if I'm remembering the movie correctly, she wasn't a scientist.
Okay.
She worked at this facility where the fishman was, and I'm pretty sure she was like a maid.
yeah.
Like, she would just kind of work there. Like, she
She just
cleaned,
stole
like,
him.
for the cleaning
so,
staff.
Like she stole him.
They were doing, I guess, experiments on him that she
Oh.
considered. It was one of those situations where I think she
Okay.
felt bad for him,
Mhm.
and so she kind of gets him out of the facility and brings him to her apartment.
Is it-
Beginning of the movie, she's like really seeking out connection and romance, and so I think that's just how, if I'm remembering correctly, like that's how. But she wasn't a scientist.
That's such a weird power imbalance.
And then
Yeah.
the scientist is like this, he's portrayed as this like super problematic guy who's like not a good husband. He's just not a good person, and so
Is
he
she
becomes
married?
the antagonist.
Is she married?
The scientist is a man.
No, the main girl.
No,
Okay.
no, she's a single
So
woman.
yeah, I'm not that girl. I wouldn't do that, but I don't know. I think I'd just be interested in talking to them. Like, listen, my journalist brain is just.
Yeah, well, how do we communicate?
Do they have?
Do they do
translating?
sign language? Do they speak with their mouths?
Well, even like, I don't know if you guys have watched, what's it called? There's a movie on Netflix right now, and Amy Adams is in it, and it's about like aliens kind of coming to Earth, and she's a language. She studies language,
Mhm.
and so like something that she brought up was like when communicating with a being that's not from here, like, if you want to ask them a question like, why are you here, you have to first of all make sure that they even understand what a question is, because they may not even
Oh,
communicate.
That's true.
And then you need to make sure they understand like sentence structure. So there's a lot that you have to cover before you
Yeah.
could even
Ah.
ask
Yeah.
a question. So I think the way that we communicate with them is also
I just-
pretty. That's a really good movie.
I
I
just
need to
think-
figure it out.
I'm interested because it's a whole other. Like, it's a whole nother world, essentially. Like,
Please
it's
don't
like,
say this will open up journalistic opportunities for you.
No, I will not. It's just a whole.
That's my beat.
We have
Alien
so
reporting.
many strikes right now.
My beat, alien beat.
Yeah, my alien
That,
beat.
you're getting the
I'm
alien
so
beat.
sorry, but that would be a dope
I'm sorry.
beat. You're
Alien
on the
beat.
alien beat. So what? You cover everything
Well,
regarding
Like, if it's
alien.
a current thing, like that's my like I'm on an alien beat. It's like that's what. How can we even confirm that's real? Like
Well,
you're just
also that's gonna interlap. I mean, beats always interlap. But
Right.
then that's like the government beat. That's
Yeah,
the
exactly. And then
health
what-
beat.
But alien beat is so vague. That could be like human beat. Well, I feel like alien beat would work when we first discover aliens, but then as it gets
human beat.
human beat.
Ah.
But like, you know, like, and then if they come to live here, where would they live? And then would that bring up?
Is that not like what's
Do
that
they
movie
have
Area?
currency?
There's a
Like,
movie
do
on
they-
also on Netflix where it's like aliens come here and they basically treat them like
Ostracized communities?
yeah, they ostracize them.
Yeah.
They live in poverty,
Yeah, exactly. What land would they have?
treat them horribly.
What if they're escaping religious persecution? They're the Mayflower.
Stop. Stop.
Sixth strike.
Stop. That's the sixth grade.
Is going off, you guys.
It's a wrap.
So I just want to be
Yeah,
sure.
let's wrap this
Like,
up.
are we scared of what is
I'm
What
I'm
are
not
we
scared
scared
of
of?
aliens.
Abraham Lincoln.
You're afraid of
Aliens.
Abraham Lincoln.
peeing your pants?
Band-Aids?
Open
Did I talk
doors.
about Band-Aids?
You didn't. You're afraid of Band-Aids?
Sometimes.
Band-Aids?
Like in a water park.
Oh,
Like
you're
I'm
afraid
scared
of
if I open my mouth and a Band-Aid goes in my mouth.
That's
why
just
I'm
more of a gross thing for me. Like,
What's a band-aid?
You don't know what a Band-Aid is?
Band-aid?
Yeah,
I thought you were
Band-Aid.
saying something else.
No,
Um,
Band-Aid.
Oh,
like they
How would
over-
it come flying in your...
Because like you're
If
in
you're
the
in the
water
water
park,
park and, like,
Band-Aids slip off, and then like if I
There's always Band-Aids floating around in water
I shouldn't
parks.
have strike 7. Oh my god. I should have
you just-
pantomimed that.
you just-
I pantomimed it.
Time to go.
I hope no one watches this episode. Oh my god.
It's been filled with so many like controversial.
With camera. You just had
Statements
to wait
With
till
camera.
the camera...
And like
I think this was a bad idea adding camera to it. I thought this was going to be innovation that
No.
excites.
no.
It's innovation that disappoints, frankly.
If you, like, apply to
What
a
is this,
job
Boeing?
and they find this
This
podcast,
is horrible.
they're like,
This
no.
is digital footprint.
This
I
is
can-
digital
Can we
footprint.
delete this?
No, listen, I'm okay with it.
Anyways, guys.
Can we edit some stuff out?
Mm. Put it all in.
Thank you for joining us.
We've all said some very interesting things today. I just
We should have
and have displayed certain
I'm
things
okay
as
with
well.
it.
behaviors.
Yeah, I'm not okay. I'd like to get a job after this.
I know what I said and I'll stand by it.
I said governing body.
Romance.
Oh,
great.
great. Oh, that was great.
I love horror films.
Cut that out.
Love it.
Cut that shit out.
Don't cut it out.
You can't
I
curse.
Do you want to just clarify what you meant now?
I don't even know.
You didn't really say anything. It was mainly me and her.
No,
You didn't
'cause
say anything that
I
outlandish.
said, I was like, oh, well, arguably, like, I was talking
Government,
about
yeah.
the different, like, metrics on how to measure intelligence. And so I was like, yeah, like, an example of that would be a society having an organized government with policy. and then Nina was like, and I was like,
You're talking about
oh,
us.
you're
Yeah.
so right.
She's
But
talking about
I know
us,
You know what I
you.
meant,
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
want that
Because
to
we're
be,
an
like,
society.
I don't
We're an
mean that
organized
you're
society.
not
With
Yeah,
an
yeah.
intelligent society
Otherwise,
if you don't
yeah.
have a
Elections
governing
and whatnot.
body.
Right, so that
Yeah.
makes it intelligent or unintelligent.
Well, the
That's
problem
thing.
is that there
That's
are
what
plenty of
she's
societies that don't have a governing body.
Oh,
Yeah, and
that,
that's what Europe used as a metric to like,
Yeah.
ooh, Africa is primitive.
Oh.
They
Right.
need to be colonized.
because they need a go. So,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
but my whole point was that there are just multiple metrics
Yeah.
on how to measure
Yeah.
So we can cut that out.
intelligence.
Cut that out, Nina.
So, like, I was using that as an example. However, that was a really shitty example.
I think if you
yeah.
stopped at there are multiple metrics, you'd be fine. If you
but
didn't
then
get
I
that-
kept talking. So I
Hey, man,
I
first
want
draft,
that
right?
cut out.
First
First
draft.
First draft.
Cut that shit.
Okay.
Anyways, thank you for joining us on this episode. If it sees the air, we never know. Please join us in 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see
Yeah, 2
for the
weeks.
next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.